Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about streamline the sampling process in the apparel industry. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. Streamline the sampling process. Delivering garment samples faster and achieving zero sample rejection. Streamline the sampling process. As we all know, in today's scenario, we all need to offer a little extra and work more efficiently to stay in competition. Either we offer products at less price or deliver goods at a faster rate than the competitor. If not, we will be out of the market in no time. As raw material, fabrics, and labor costs are increasing day by day, so reducing cost is not an easy task. To reduce the cost, we must find ways to eliminate non-value added activities from the system and achieve 100% FTR. Rejection and rework amounts to a big percentage of wastage which is neglected by many factories. Sampling process. Sampling is one of the most main areas when it comes to planning of garment deliveries. We fail to incorporate required sampling time while planning and later suffer at the time of delivery, blaming each other and asking extension from customer. However, sample rejection, which is very common, makes the situation worse. Sampling process. Challenges faced during sampling which results in delay in sample or rejection, internal or external of sample. Not having adequate information from customers for sample development like construction details, fabric, trims, confusion, etc. Poor communication between merchant and sampling team which results in rework. Unavailability of raw materials like labels, buttons during sampling. No or less clarity to sampling QC on the requirement of the customer in terms of quality parameters, especially in case of new buyer. Less understanding of buyers tech pack to sampling coordinators. Rejection of sample after making due to fabric issue like fabric defects or shade present. Sampling process. So all these issues are faced by factories which result in delay in submitting samples to customer or high risk of sample rejection. One sample rejection can waste 7 to 10 days which will directly affect garment delivery. FTR in sampling needs to be monitored and steps should be taken to ensure sample passes in one go to save time. In this session, we will discuss how to achieve 100% FTR in sampling so as to get approval on samples at a faster rate without any rework. The following measures can be incorporated so as to eliminate above mentioned challenges during sampling. Complete clarity of sample required. Before handing over the sample request to the sampling, a merchant needs to take complete clarity from the customer about the sample. This should be done during proto or fit sampling as 80% of things are closed at this stage. Merchant can make a checklist to ensure he or she has all the required information about the sample. An example of a checklist is shown in the above sheet. This sheet will help to collect all required information from customers in one go. Either we can send this to customer to fill or we can collect information from him through mail or call. This checklist can be updated at regular intervals as per requirement. Making a sample intent or request. Poor communication between the merchant and sampling is the biggest reason for sample failure and delay in submission. Many times a merchant verbally informs the sampling department about the sample and there are no proper records of the verbal communications. Due to this, there will be too much to and fro between the sampling QC and merchant which results in delay or rejection. If everything is not properly communicated, there are chances of things missing out and rejection from customers resulting in resubmission. Based on the above sampling checklist, merchants can prepare a sample intent containing all information and submitting to sampling. An example of same is shown in the above sheet. It will eliminate any chances of error which can cause any issue. This indent can be issued to the sampling team while making samples and by QC to check the sample. Factory name, sampling indent, buyer, style number, description, merchant, received date, required date, type of sample, quantity, size, washing standard, type of fold, reference sample, pattern available, tech pack, thread, trims, label required, embroidery or print, shell fabric, contrast fabric, interlining, fabric swatch with face side marked. Making a complete package of fabric and trims while handing over to sampling. Sometimes few things are forgotten and not handed over at times. This will result in hampering work due to unavailability of material. For example, buttons are missed to give. Now the sample is ready but cannot be dispatched due to buttons pending. This will cause delay in sampling, so merchant should make a complete package of all the trims and fabric and hand it over to sampling at once. If anything is missing, then it needs to be informed at the time of giving sampling indent. Sampling department should check all the material while taking the indent from a merchant. This will save a lot of time and result in faster sample delivery. Making an internal tech pack for easy reference for operator and checker. Many times the buyer's tech pack is not easy to understand by the quality checker or sewing operator or even the supervisor. Also, each buyer will have a different format of tech pack. This can result in misunderstanding of technical details. To avoid this problem, we can make an easy to understand tech pack with a common format so that operator and checker can read and understand easily. This can be made by QA on Excel or by CAD software with diagrams. This will help to get clear and fast information like types of seam, basic measurements like height, weight, placement of labels and buttons, etc. This will help operators in making samples as per requirement without any confusions. The checker can also use the same reference to check the samples. Also, the sheets can be used in sewing during bulk production of the same order. Sample rejection due to fabric and trim issues. We all have faced these issues many times in our life. After the sample is fully made, then some shade problem is seen, maybe due to CSV present in fabric, or fabric defects or excessive shrinkage in fabric or labels or tapes used. We always check the fabric and trims for bulk production on multiple parameters but fail to check the fabric given to sampling. Samples are generally made from the yardage, received from supplier or customer and directly handed over to sampling or sample development without checking. There could be any problem present in the yardage which will bypass and result in sample rejection. So always fabric yardages and trims should be checked for defects, shade and shrinkage. If any problem found, countermeasures need to be taken or should be highlighted to the customer in advance. No one wants to reject the sample after making it due to basic fabric issues. Reasons for sample failure in apparel supply chain. Poor workmanship. The workmanship done by the sample tailor is not up to the mark or not matching with the buyer specification. Lack of understanding between the buyer and buying house. Sometimes the sample development team starts developing fit sample without understanding the buyer's requirement completely. Sometimes merchandiser or the sampling technician don't understand the specification and develop the same based on their own understanding. Non-availability of the actual trims and fabrics. Unavailability of actual trims and fabric cause the delay in sampling approval process. Even the factory may develop the sample with the existing matching fabric, quality and trims. This exercise may not meet the buyer's requirements. Late comments from the buyer. A buying house or a supplier does not always do the delay. It is also observed that buying houses or the supplier factories get buyer comments later than the scheduled time. There is no defined checklist from the buyer's end. In every submission, different comments are received from the buyer on the fit sample. The comment that can be given on the first submission comes in the following submission. This leads the further need for sample correction. Conclusion. Following above measures will help to eliminate causes of sample delay or sample rejection, which will improve our working. If sampling activities take place on time without any failure or resubmission, then orders can be delivered at a faster rate. It will also boost customer satisfaction and improve factory performance. The fit sample development is a major part of the product development, and the success of design depend on the fit of the product. For this reason, apparel buyers and brands control the fit development and fit sample. In case you are facing similar challenges in sample approval, delay and sample failure in different stages of sample development, you need to find the root cause for this and take action according to the root cause. Prepare standard operating procedures for sample development, for fit sampling as well as other samplings. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.